Gently bring. Yeah. Everything's coming up exploding. Welcome to KillaKae. Gently bring. Yeah, this is failing.
Okay, you guys are gonna start off by putting that burlap over your face and taking a marker to point out where your eyes and your mouth are, because it's pretty key to know where those things are when you're making a mask. Any mask. Take your bottles or your cups or whatever you're going to use for your eyes and put them over the dots and then trace a little circle around them so you know where to cut. Oh, and this burlap gets everywhere, so be super prepared to vacuum later. Or sweep or anything and everything, because it's everywhere. Make sure that those holes fit your eyes, and then put your second pair of eyes in through the holes. Originally, when planning this look, I was going to use washers for the ends of the eyes, but they were too heavy to stick on, so I just went around the rim with a silver Sharpie on top. And for the bottom part, I'm just going to take some craft wire and wrap it all around the bottom in, like, layers, and use some hot glue to build it up and secure it to the mask. Once you're done, it should look something like this. Then, for this little part on his mask, I just got a little, like, golden hinge, and I just hot glued that on as well, right to this upper part here, and I do one in the little corner as well. After I bought these and looking at the picture more, I realized I totally should have gotten some bigger ones, but you know, it works. Next, I use these little rings by wrapping a thinner craft wire around the bottles a lot, and then just tying another little piece of craft wire around them to make sure they are, like, you know, together and not sprout up. Yeah, just like that. Because I didn't like how the rims on the bottom were, like, 3D and thick, and the ones on top were just drawn on with silver Sharpie. So I was like, you know what, I'll go ahead and throw these on there too. Hot glue those on as well. Hot glue is your friend during this whole tutorial, essentially. Aside from one little part later, which you'll see, which I'm extremely embarrassed about, and honestly, you can't blame the hot glue. It was all my fault. I'm sorry, glue. Once you're finished with the eyes, go ahead and start cutting your mouth out. I tried to just cut out, like, in little triangles and stuff, so it looked like this, because you see there are some thick parts of his mask that come down. But basically, this first attempt was complete trash, and what I ended up doing was cutting the burlap into two pieces, so I'd have two parts of the mask, the upper and the lower. While it fits like this, I ended up deciding to move the eyes up to my brow bone, that way they wouldn't scoop out my eyes if I fell, you know, anything dangerous like that. Also, this way I didn't have to look through orange lenses. Now, take the take the bottom part of the mask and cut out a mouthpiece. Make sure you don't, like, cut it all the way, and you leave some flat pieces right here and here to secure to the sides of your head, as well as the other part of the mask. Now, here's where I'm done with the hot glue. I decided I was going to make the straw that you see in his mask out of, like, strips of hot glue, which isn't dumb. What's dumb is to put it on your bare table assuming it's going to be okay, because you've gotten hot glue on your table before. That's never hurt anyone. Yeah, no, but I went to peel up the hot glue, and it just took my table with it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, desk. I should have known. It was all okay until that. That's when you just take some black Sharpie and color it in, so no one ever has to know your mistake. And then you go get some wax paper and just do it on that from the get-go. Don't ruin your table. I'm so sorry. Anyways, I make, like, a ton of those in varying different lengths and sizes, and if the edges are too messy for what I want, I just trim them, but I'm not too worried, because they're gonna be pretty hard to spot, the little details, you know? So, secure the top part onto your face to get a feel for where it goes. And then you're gonna secure the bottom part, and then you're gonna take a little eye pencil or anything that's, like, kind of lightly colored and just draw out where your mouth lies on your face so you know where to put all your little hay pieces, which aren't hay, they're hot glue. Take some liquid latex and just lay it out over your face and start putting your hay pieces on. I realized that they weren't sticking to my face that easily, so I ended up putting the latex on the glue pieces themselves and then sticking them on, and that worked a lot better. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it was just because they were coated better. Whatever the reason. Feel free to cut them and trim them once they're on your face, but be very careful while doing this, please. And I would actually... I retract that statement. Cut them before putting them on your face for safety purposes, because it's a lot easier to see things when they're not already on your face. Because the mask didn't cover my nose, I tried finding a way to use the glue pieces to cover it so you wouldn't really see it and it would just look like more pieces of the mouth, but they were just not sticking. They weren't flexible enough to hold that way. They just pulled themselves right back up. I don't know if a stronger adhesive would work, but you know, we deal with what we got. I also didn't just glue directly over my mouth, which honestly it would look better if you just put the strips all down your mouth, but I wanted to make sure I had the ability to drink or eat if I needed to. I mean, I was taking this off immediately after I'm done, but I wanted to show you guys, in case you plan on wearing this for a longer amount of time, you have to be able to drink, and I would prefer if you're able to eat. Because if you're in cosplay, if you're in costume, or anything, for long periods of time, you're most likely being, like, physically active and up and walking around, and even sitting down. Nutrition is important. Long speech over. Color your hay yellow, a little bit of brown, and go in between the pieces with some darker oranges, and maybe even a little bit of red here and there, which you'll see in Junkrat's mask. Just the little details, you know? It looks like there's a bunch of french fries on my face. I don't even like french fries that much. Now, secure your burlap over your mouth and into your hair with some bobby pins. Then I put the top of my mask on and secure that with a lot of bobby pins. Now these things were those things that I was trying not to cut out before, but yeah, it just did not work. So here we are, and I was debating things to do, and originally I was just gonna take the thicker glue pieces and put them over so they looked like those and paint them like browny yellow color to match the burlap, but I knew it was just not gonna look well and you could totally tell that they were secured on differently. So what I ended up doing was taking little strips of burlap and like tying them up and braiding them together so I had these little thick pieces, and then I just tucked those into the holes of the burlap so I had those outer strips. As I was putting these in, I kind of wished that I did the hay in my mouth darker, or at least a brighter color, or something with more saturation so you could easily distinguish the burlap from those pieces. Because if you look at the Junkrat picture, his mask totally isn't made out of burlap. I'm not sure what material I could have used to like fake that. Maybe a fake leather, I'm not sure, or a faux leather, you know, whatever the leather. It may be better, but whether the weather, I'd rather be with you. Tongue twisters that I totally butchered. Yay! Anyway, once you're finished, that's your Junkrat mask. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you had a fun time. I'll let real-time me take over from here.
Hope you had fun. If you did, make sure to leave a comment down below, or like the video, or just go ahead and subscribe to me, KillaKae, Junkrat, Master. Yeah. I just cheesed really hard, but you guys couldn't see it.